Hey everybody, today we're heading out to Kananaskis to do the Lower Kananaskis Lake Trail. We're going to do some snowshoeing out there. Beautiful, beautiful area. I can't wait to show it to you. It's in the foothills, the beginning of the Rocky Mountains in Alberta. And accompanying me today is my dog and my wonderful wife. Got her aviator shades on. Getting ready for the new Top Gun that's coming out. Talk to me, Goose. Anyway, gonna be a fun day. It is Family Day in Alberta, February 18th, and it is 23 below zero. Supposed to get it to a high of minus 18. So it'll be a little chilly out, but we'll keep warm by hiking harder. Now that I'm back in Alberta, I'm able to do some hiking in the mountains. Got the Canadian Rockies, about 90 kilometers, from Calgary. Got a lot of nature and outdoors right at my doorstep. Boy, what's going on? Are we going for a run? Are we gonna go for a run? Ooh. Baby, are we gonna go for a walk? Are we going for a walk? Snowshoeing trip kind of turned into a hiking trip. Everything's real hard packed. Got a lot of people that hike up here. So, no snowshoes needed. But we do have a sled dog that's really wanting to pull out front there and get some good running in the woods, but really can't do that. Big fines in the park for letting your dog off leash. Wouldn't want them to have any fun. Heavens no. So we're at the end of our hike here. Let's get a quick view of what's behind us and everything. Yay! So we were just talking about a couple things, having the proper gear to be able to do these kind of hikes. I was telling her a story about my dad and I hunting when I think I was in high school, and all I had was those brown jersey gloves, cotton gloves, and which weren't more than nothing on your hands, basically 40 below, sitting on deer stands for hours on end, and then going to where my dad was, and he's got a fire lit and staying warm while I was freezing. So, you know, having the proper gear, the proper boots that keep your feet warm and dry, not only comfortable, but one big thing about keeping your feet comfortable other than your boots is the proper socks.
Amen.
Having a nice thick sock, something that wicks the moisture away, and keeping extra socks in your pack. Very key. Your feet will make the difference on how everything else in your body performs, especially while hiking. Agreed?
Agreed.
Yeah. Hey everybody, just want to have a quick conversation about gear that we use when we're hiking in the outdoors, especially in the wintertime. So talked a little bit about it on the trail. Not sure if I'll use that footage, but I want to talk a little more. I think, what do you consider the most important part of your gear?
Well, I think my feet, definitely. So good shoes and great socks. Like, you got to spend a little bit of money on the socks.
And shoes.
And shoes,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, like don't cheap out on that. I think that's something that we learned in Yellowknife, right? Like, I mean, when you've got 3 months of 40 below
Yeah.
weather, you got to get out. And so you can, I mean, maybe not for 4 hours, but you can go out for a couple of hours if you've got the right equipment
Yeah.
and the right gear.
So to recommend a boot or a shoe is kind of personal,
Yeah, absolutely.
right? You
Yeah.
can't say, well, Solomon's are the best boot to buy, or Garmin's
Merrell's
are
or
the
whatever.
best, or
Yeah.
Merrell. It actually has to fit your foot. You
Yeah.
gotta go and you gotta try different things. People have different feet, narrow feet, wide feet, you know, different arches. So having the proper footwear, yeah, very important. Having the proper socks, having an extra change of socks. They don't weigh hardly anything, but it'll make the difference. Even if your feet didn't get wet from snow and ice, maybe they're sweating hard, changing those dry socks can really help. And I think picking gear, I think, might be a little different for men than it is for women as well. Whereas I can wear the light gloves hiking and my hands are perfectly fine, whereas Miss Cold Hands here needs the really thick mittens to keep her hands warm. So, I mean, it differs from person to person, differs between the genders for sure. I use gaiters and lighter pants. She likes the snow pants and the insulation, right? So,
I think also a good base layer. Just invest the money in that as well too. Just something that will take away the sweat, because the cotton gets damp, and then you're just damp for the rest of your time. Like,
cotton kills.
yeah. And a hat. I think that I didn't used to always wear a hat, and because I didn't want to mess up my hair. But I think that is definitely like key. It keeps you a lot warmer if you have a good hat, or a hat that at least covers your head, and you've got your beard to keep your face warm. And I always do this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the beard definitely makes a difference with me. You know, I have relatives in the U.S. that if you said let's go hike in 23 below, are you out of your mind? That's sitting next to a fire, watching TV. But you know what? Once you got to moving and everything, really wasn't cold at all. And you get out into the sun. The sun rays are nice and warm, even though it's cold outside.
I'm sitting here without gloves on.
Yeah,
which
it's
is-
you get moving around, get to hiking, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, a lot of those here today, and you actually stay quite warm. So and it's makes for a pleasant day and good hiking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go get a beer.
let's go get a beer. Beer 30. Here you go.
Mwah.
Thanks, babe.